I'm actually watching this man walk away right now.
Hello, welcome back to another theory of Justified, City Primeval, Season 1. What that Justified, City Primeval cameo means for the series. Warning, spoilers ahead. And please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Deputy U.S. Marshal Raylan Givens, who already knows who the murderer is, the Oklahoma wildman Clement Mansell, continues his investigation into the death of Judge Alvin Guy in You Good. From Justified, City Primeval. However, he lacks sufficient proof to make an arrest, so he considers contacting Detective Raymond Cruz, who was responsible for the 2017 arrest of Mansell. Only, since Raylan can't have it easy, Cruz has been hard to find, but at the end of the episode, they finally connect and have a terrifying conversation in a pub. There is already a lot to unpack in the exchange, which demonstrates that Cruz is a far more nuanced character than is initially apparent. Who is Detective Raymond Cruz? Anyone who paid attention would know that Raymond Cruz is not a new name. His name was brought up in the second episode of City Primeval, suitably titled The Oklahoma Wildman. When Detroit cops storm into the motel room where Clement Mansell is staying with his lover and accomplice Sandy Stanton in 2017, we first get to see him. They could have just knocked, Mansell says to the officer in the passenger seat as he gets into the police vehicle. Cruz himself, a police officer, responds, "This is me knocking." Detective Wendell Robinson tells Raylan all about Cruz and how he retired after he had enough a bit later in the same episode, but now in the present. In reality, Raymond Cruz is the primary character in City Primeval, High Noon in Detroit, the Elmore Leonard book that served as the basis for the Justified reboot. With a few minor variations, the basic idea is the same. Mansell and Cruz share a special bond despite the fact that some of the series' dialogue and phrases are taken directly from the book. Mansell is portrayed in the series as a crazy, angry man who enjoys murdering and does awful things for no reason, while his equivalent in the novel is a figure who is somewhat akin to the Joker and feeds on chaos. The two of them ultimately decide on a duel to put an end to it, but despite their agreement that it would all come down to their face-off, Mansell still makes a couple attempts to shoot Cruz. Raymond Cruz is Justified, City Primeval, a nod to other Elmore Leonard adaptations. Justified is one of the best television shows to have appeared in the 2010 seconds, and it is renowned for being one of the best adaptations of the novel Fire in the Hole by Elmore Leonard. But it's far from the first. Many of Leonard's books have been turned into films, including Quentin Tarantino's Jackie Brown in 1997 and, more significantly for this discussion, Steven Soderbergh's Out of Sight in 1998. In the latter, starring Jennifer Lopez as U.S. Marshal Karen Sisco and George Clooney as con man Jack Foley, the two pursue each other until Foley commits a final robbery that finally settles their score. It is no accident that the plot of Out of Sight meanders from California through Florida before arriving in Detroit. Sisco makes contact with Raymond Cruz, who is also portrayed by Calderon, a detective she is familiar with at the Detroit Police Department, as she follows Foley to Michigan. He assists her in solving the case in the Detroit area, and even though she is the one who makes the arrest, he gets to bring Foley in following real carnage that is both hilarious and violent. The fact that Raylan Givens has already collaborated with Karen Sisco but not in the same capacity as Raymond Cruz, who makes an appearance in Justified, City Primeval, makes the situation even more funny. Raylan teams up with Karen Goodall in Season 3 of the original Justified series, but she doesn't have the last name Sisco because FX didn't own the character's rights. However, for all intents and purposes, Sisco and Goodall are very similar, particularly in light of the fact that Gugino played Sisco in the brief ABC series Karen Sisco in 2003. Therefore, one could contend that Raymond Cruz's entrance in the City Primeval series is a kind of culmination for Elmore Leonard's writings. Thank you for watching.